Good morning to all. Today we have to discuss about the counter instructions which will be available in a PLC softwares. The PLC manufacturers also offers a form of counter instructions as a part of instructions set external or programmable resources for counting. The counter instructions are available in an internal PLC which will available in also software, but the counting inputs will get from the external devices like input devices like softwares. The external input means it will be count based on the sensors inputs. The two methods used to represent the counter within the PLC ladder logic are the coil format and block format. The parts of instructions also is based on the timers. They have an instructions, the counter type and counter address and counter preset value and accumulated values. This is one of the counter applications. It will the PLC will be count the events which will be move in the conveyor. The red color line shows the detect the parts using the input sensors. It will be increase whenever the sensor goes to on to off stage. Every on, true to false conditions it will be count as a 1. There are two different types of counters available in the PLC software, up counter and down counter. The up counter is also an output instructions. It's incremented in accumulated values on the false to true transaction of its in every instructions. Whenever the false to true transactions is executed, it will be increment the count 1. In this diagram we have to connect the input as a limit switch and counter as an counter instructions as an output. In this we have to shows the each incremental and decremental value as a square wave method. In the every up and down they will count the increment the count as a 1. In this count we have the 4 incremental values 1 2 3 and 4 incremental values, so the count value increment the instructions as a 4. In the right side we have to mention the up counter instructions. What are the instructions available in the up counters? The counter name, preset and accumulated. It's as like a timer, but basic difference between a timer and counter with respect to instructions is a time base. That it will not, it is a constant incremental value. The counter can increment the one value at every false and true transaction. Now we have to see the up counter. First we have to see the up counter and counter name is C5. It's a C5 indicates the file number of counter. It's stored, all the data will be stored in a file number 5. It's also like as an a T4. And next one, preset value. The preset value means how much you have to count. If you give a 10, it will be count the 10, and after the 10 counts will be completed, it will generate an or energies an enable bit or done bit. In this count we have to see 3 different bits are available: done bit, enable bit and status bit. Status bit means is an overload feed. Next one is a down counter. The down counter instructions will count or decrement by each one time that count the event occurs. The basic difference between up counter and down counter means the up counter means an incremental value and down counter means a decrement the value at 1. And the next one is the data manipulations. The data manipulation instructions allow the numerical data stored in a controller memories to operate within the different programming control programs. The PLC also have a capable of to handle the data from one location to another location. So we have to move the data, compare the data copy the data. There are different and methods or data handling methods also available in a PLC. It's also on a based on the instruction is. These are the basic compare instructions: limit, equal, not equal, less than, greater than, less than or equal, greater than or equal. These are the basic instructions which are available in a PLC softwares. These are the basic small examples. We have to see the what is my equal. If we have to two input, we need to give into this instructions source A and source B. Source A defines the one source. It will be maybe given an integer value, or we have to connect with the timer, or we have to connect it with the input sensors. And source B also we have to connect it with all the inputs, and also given a integers values also. In these instructions, based on the source A and source B data, it will be compare and give the result as an output. And this all the instructions are an input context. There are some selection criteria for an PLC. The basic criteria for necessary inputs and output capability, and types of I/O requires, and size of memory size for the PLC, and speed power requires for CPUs and instruction sets. The manufacturer supports and backup. These are the major PLC selection criteria to make the automation task. Thank you.